Hello, Farah.
Hi.
Hi. So are you from KK as well?
Yeah,
You're
I
local
am.
from here. Okay. Did you just put on a jacket, like?
Oh no, I've been wearing it the whole night.
Oh
Actually.
yeah, the whole day. That's very nice. Okay, yeah, that's good. You wore a jacket also here in your picture. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Looks like the same one.
It is. It is actually.
So what will you be speaking on tonight?
The title of my sermon today is "I Am Enough."
I am enough. All right. Thank you so much. We're gonna be looking forward to that. You can start. I think the timer is ready. You can start now.
Hi guys, my name is Farah, and I'm also one of the leaders in GK. In DC, not GK. Okay. Before I start, I just want to know: can I get a show of hands of how many people actually have Facebook and Instagram? See. And those who didn't raise their hands, it's okay. You're saving yourself a lot of time, effort, and internet data. Okay? Now, as you can see, with so many hands up, social media nowadays are so important to us, be it for personal use, to connect with friends, or even to keep up with the trends. Some even use it for work. But what I'm going to talk about tonight is how social media is actually being used to dictate the self-worth of millennials at this day and age. For example, having the most like for a photo or on a post shows how popular you are, right? And some even go to the extent of posting a fake photo just for that approval. Trust me, I've seen it. But don't get me wrong, okay? I'm not saying that social media is all bad, right? I acknowledge the fact that social media is prominent in our society. But what I'm trying to get to today is the fact that it shouldn't be used as a tool to determine our self-worth, okay? Psalms 139:14 says, I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows very well. You see, this verse clearly tells us that God made us in his eyes, right? And we all know that our God's a perfect God, amen? So why would we think any less of ourselves, let alone allow others to dictate our self-worth? Now, I don't know if you realize this, but what the millennials are doing with social media is chasing a standard set by those around them, and a standard that determines whether we are good enough. Just good enough to fit in. However, it has never occurred to us that as children of God, we should be chasing God's standard instead. And why is that? Why is it that we don't see it? It's because we're so busy looking down on our phones rather than looking up at Him. So here's the truth, and truth is gonna hurt, guys, okay? But we will never be enough. I know it's ironic that my slides say I am enough, but bear with me. We will never be enough, not for this world. Why is that? Because God didn't create you to please this world. God created you in His pleasure. So if you put your worth in what others think of you, I promise you they will fail you. Because God made each and every inch of you with such detail for one reason and one reason only. And that is to show how valuable you are. So much so that He called us His workmanship in Ephesians 2:10. Can you imagine how precious we are to be called a workmanship by a God so mighty? Our God. And He repeats the content as to how amazing we are made in Luke 12:7 that says, but the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Do not fear, therefore you are of more value than many sparrows. So I'm going to close with this. When you find yourself fussing over how others view you, pray. Seek His eyes and pray for the ability to see yourself in His eyes. Allow Him and not the thought of how the world perceives you to tell you who you are, because you are His favorite creation. So celebrate that.
Whoa, thank you, Farah. You were on the roll. I love the dressing. I like people dressed well. I like the fact that you addressed the crowd. You said hello, good evening. Great on the confidence. Love the topic. I think many of us need to grow in that area. So I appreciate that preaching.
Thank you.
Well done, Farah. You really spoke with conviction, like you really believe what you were preaching in.
I tried.
And you also managed your time well. You managed to close your message and conclude it. I'm not sure if that was the end, but you
No,
did it
it's
anyway. All right.
Yeah, so I like how you work with the time. You had limited time and you kind of like you changed your tone and pace at the end just to bring that conclusion. And it's good. I love the topic as well.
Thank
very
you.
relatable, very current. I think everyone should hear it. And yes, really noted your confidence and your passion in the topic you're talking about. So thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Thank you.
Bless you.